Welcome guys, welcome to a new update, and today we're going to discuss the Bitcoin correction. Unfortunately without a camera, as I'm still having some medical issues through which I won't be having the camera on, but I'm here to provide you an update today, as yesterday I was unavailable to do so. Today we're going to discuss Evergrande. We're also going to discuss Bitcoin and the corrective move we've seen there, as finally we're seeing an extended correction, which is still pretty much normal in the markets. But before that, do not forget to subscribe to this YouTube channel beneath, and also do not forget to like the YouTube update, as that's helping me a lot. And also do not forget to follow me on Twitter and Instagram, where I'm providing daily market updates. So we started off this weekend, and actually at the end of last week already, with some FUD, or at least some scary thoughts regarding Evergrande Group, which is on the brink of default, in which it might be hurting the entire market of real estate, as when one goes, it would create a domino effect on the entire Chinese property sector. But it could also swing towards the US and Europe, through which the equity markets have been seeing some red yesterday as well, as the Nasdaq broke down in the last hour of the day. We bounced back up. European stock markets have been crashing down significantly, and also crypto has been seeing some pain. However, Evergrande is quite small initially, through which we could be seeing a bailout happening on the Chinese markets overall, and the entire market is so scared through the fact that we might be getting a great reset, that there's always such a big reaction on the market, which usually just bounces back up. And when you check the equity markets today, probably they will be seeing a green day as well, just like Bitcoin is seeing a green day. Few important topics that we have to discuss regarding those markets is the fact that if they are going to get a bailout, that's not really ethical overall. I think you should be, companies have to go bankrupt overall if you want to get a very organic market. Second, there are tons of bigger companies doing the exact same as Evergrande is doing here. This is the exact reason why I don't want to buy a house right now, as I expect this to be happening in the next 12 to 24 months. And then we're going to start the financial markets. And then finally, the crisis of the financial markets. And then finally, you want to sell your crypto at some point, as it might be hurting your portfolio heavily, as crypto will just be crashing alongside with the equity markets. And then during the actual crisis, it will start to run back up. But in the first phase, you want to have liquidity, you want to have the US dollar. So it's a very interesting topic. I think it's the first sign of a potential financial crisis to be happening in the next 12 to 24 months. So we'll be dedicating way more content towards this topic as well. Looking at the price structure right now, we can definitely see that we are having a heavier correction at this stage, given the fact that Bitcoin has been crashing 24%. If you look back in the price structure overall, it happens on and on. So you can see that those corrections happen in every upwards run, through which also in September last year, and September obviously always is a very painful month, it also saw a 80% correction. So if you go back in history, September is usually a pretty bad month, but October and the rest of the year is usually quite bullish. So what could this give us? It's giving us a very nice entry zone if you want to get into the markets. So we didn't really have any corrective move at all during the entire run upwards, and now we're seeing one through which it's granting us an opportunity to buy back into the markets. When we're looking at the price structure, we can see that it bounced back below 47k. It even crashed further down. Usually what you see is that when it bounces back into the range, it takes the other side of the liquidity down. So what we see in the previous price structure, and also in this price structure here, we break above the high, we drop back into the range high, and then we squeeze all the way down towards the other side of the range, taking out the low for liquidity. Over here we break up, we lose 49k and 50k for support, break back in the range and take the liquidity on the other side before we are making a bounce. Same thing happening here, lost 47k. So if I also concluded that once we were going to lose that, we would be getting a heavier corrective move towards the next level at 43k. And if that is lost, I'm going to look at the high 30s, which we didn't really hit yet. But the critical level to hold for Bitcoin at this stage is this block. It's the block between 37.5 to 40k. If that is going to be lost on Bitcoin at this point, I think we're going to take out this low and we might be retesting 28. So that is, if we are truly still in a bull cycle, that is the level that I'm watching. Given the big bounce that we have today and given the fact that equity markets are bouncing back up and also altcoins are bouncing back swiftly, I think we're just going to continue the bull cycle at this point. Which level should we be watching? Well, we've got a beautiful retest here. We didn't really test the critical level, but we made some beautiful retests. That is fine. Level to watch for a bounce back up or at least some confirmation of continuation is bouncing back above this green zone. So this would be great to see, especially if we're going to have a green candle today or in the next 24 to 48 hours that we're breaking back above 44k. That's going to be a very nice signal of potential continuation. Overall, I think we're just having still a very beautiful corrective move. Ethereum against USDT also dropped back towards the lower side of the range. We've seen a nice bounce back up, but we rejected, couldn't really hold above 33.50, and from there we bounced all the way back. Critical level to look at is the area around 2600. If that is still going to hold, then we're probably going to see some continuation. When we're looking at the markets right now with Ether, it's very comparable to any of these corrections that we had in the previous run, through which it seems very likely that we're going to have some sort of relief bounce towards maybe even 3.5k. After that we're creating a higher low and then we can start continuing the run. So overall this is also just looking fine. A very swift correction during the night, but I'm definitely looking at a structure like this. Cardano at this point, I've mentioned this level previously. I've been shot for the levels that I was watching during the previous update of Cardano, which was around here. Thank you for that. But we've hit the entry zones once again, as this entire region here is very important to watch, and we've bounced back from that zone already one time. If we really want to become bullish on Cardano once again, we're going to have some critical levels that we have to break through, and the first one is around $2.35. But overall, Cardano is once again getting into a massive buy opportunities, as I've been discussing in the previous update. If this level around 190 is lost, I'm going to look at 150 again, but then we're also going to see Bitcoin in the 30s. Cardano against Bitcoin finally also bouncing back from a level that I've been marking earlier on, as we are bouncing back here again, which is marking us another higher low to be happening, through which we most likely are going to get continuation. Am I scared right now? No, but I'm very serious about the fact that we might be getting one final run of this bull cycle before the financial crisis is starting, and then I don't want to have crypto at all. Maybe stable coins, but overall not. So that's when you want to take profits heavily, and that's why you have to be cautious on your entries, as usually the entry will just come. So thank you for for watching this update, and I'll be back hopefully later today with another one. Don't forget to subscribe, and I'll see you again soon.